Hey, what's up, guys? Eric here, Jacksonville, Florida. Paul from,
A very
is it
wet,
Cornwall?
cold Bude in Cornwall in the UK.
That's right, you're viewed. That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Very cold. It's kind of cold and wet here today too. So we must have your UK weather going on. That's why you were making fun of me when we were on masterminding and I delivered the groceries. That's why we're lazy Americans. We have everything delivered here because we don't want to
And
go
I
out
could
there
hear
and
you
have
as
to.
well. It's meant to warm up. It's just the same in England. All we talk about is the freaking weather. Right.
Hey guys, we always say this, but we are going to be short as we
No, we're
can.
not. You know we're not. Go on.
But we got a lot of really cool, exciting things. We've got, for those of you guys who have seen it, we're going to be for the first 10 people that get plugged in with our high ticket element with our two engine, of hybrid system. We've got the low ticket front end, and we've got Exodus Elite now on the other engine, which is our high ticket, 100% direct, direct pay, instant pay, all that fun stuff. So we've got multiple people. We've got one on board, multiple people getting ready to jump. So these 10 spots are going to go pretty quickly. But
First one's gone.
today,
First one's gone. Remember, we've already
yeah, the
got.
first one's gone, and we've got multiple people who are just getting everything in order so they can get started. So those 10 slots are going to go quick. So, if you're on the fence, you have questions, you're interested, but you just don't, well, reach out to us, reach out. We'll work with you. We'll figure out, the best way for us to get you plugged in and on board. But I was telling Paul, I said, look, Paul, because one of the things we're doing for the 10 is we're actually going to build out a 30-day custom marketing campaign for you. We're going to build it all for you. Like for the first 30 days, you can literally, it's just, plug and play, right? And we're going to build it. And I told Paul, I said, I was thinking, something we could do that we've never ever done before. I could create, like as if I was creating a 30-day campaign for just Paul and I, right? I can create that 30-day campaign, but then what I can do is I can tweak the campaign to co-brand with these 10 people that get connected with us and take advantage of this. And what I mean by co-brand is now is the marketing includes, is it Marius? Mars? I don't know. Like Marius just
Marius.
came on board. Marius. So now I can build out a 30-day campaign that leverages Paul and I and our background and our success, with these platforms. But now we're co-branded with Marius, right? Now, uh, pictures, videos, different things, we're all sort of co-branded together. So now he gets the benefit, right, of sort of our brand online and our past success and some of the things that we've done in these programs, right? That people get excited about our community. But he is also being branded throughout that 30-day campaign with us. So that's something we've never ever done before. I think it's unique because I remember early on when I got started, Paul, one of the first people I worked with, I started making sales in their company, and they told me, they said, Eric, we're about to put some new fresh testimonials on the page. You've been doing well. Would you like to give us a testimonial? And I thought, well, that's great. And so I was going to write out the testimony. He said, well, would you rather do a video? And I thought, okay, well, yeah, I'll do a video. But then I started to think, wait a minute, this website is getting thousands of views, right? It's getting all this traffic. So to think that people are going to the website and then people who have no idea who I am, right? No idea who I am are going to possibly see my testimonial on there. That's pretty cool, right? So I'm basically piggybacking, you know, I'm trying to build a brand. I was new to that world, new to this world, Paul. So I'm trying to build a brand. So now I'm thinking, wow. And then, of course, he said, yeah, it's called piggyback marketing. That's the
Yeah.
first time I ever got aware of piggyback marketing. I thought, oh, that makes sense. So that's what we're going to do with this 30-day campaign. We're going to allow you to piggyback off of us as well, so if anybody out there, and what it does too, it shows that you're associated with people who are leaders in the space.
I
So
think
anyway,
I
Paul,
think
give
I
give
think
your
to kind
impression
of
on that.
no, I want to kind of sum it up for you, right? A lot of people, what's the big one of the big objections is I have no results, right? I've got no credibility, I've got nothing to share. you work with us. We've got the credibility. We did $124,000 in that vehicle. We've done very well in the other vehicle as well, which is the recurring element of what we do. So you can, you can actually work with us and share our story and our results, and you're part of the team rather than, hey, I'm new and yeah, I haven't made any sales yet and stuff like that. So it's one of the big, we've just killed that excuse. We've just killed that reason for you because you'll actually be able to use our results, right? And we'll work together. So I think it's a genius idea. We've kind of done before, give us a testimonial, you'll be on the page. We've done that before, just like Eric learned before, but we've never done this. We've never said, right, okay, come on then, and let's do. I mean, I haven't discussed it. I mean, I'd be happy to get on a Zoom with these 10 people, wouldn't you? And like one-on-one and record videos to, record like a marketing piece together that can send everybody to for a funnel, and we can share our story direct and it brands them as like the host and it's just a freaking good idea, guys. And we could charge for that separately, probably. Hey, do you want?
And I want to say this, so we're going to use the content too. So all of our network, we're going to be pushing out. If we do videos with you, we do a special video that we're incorporating into the campaign. We're going to use those pictures, those videos, all that content in our own personal marketing. So there's going to be a lot of people inside of our network who have never seen you before, who have never been exposed to who you are, and that's going to go out. So it's really a win-win scenario.
Yeah, can't hurt.
And
And what I tell you, what happens as well is this happened with me and Eric. Like we'll be on the testimonials on something. If somebody's in the States and they wear a baseball hat backwards and all that, guess what? They're more drawn to Eric. And if someone's in the UK and they hear me with a UK accent, guess what? They're just drawn more to me, right? Eric may be a better fit for them even, right? But because of the UK accent and they're in the UK and they can relate. So being on these pages really can help. Even if it's an AI it can help because people see you, they hear you, they know a bit about you. So I think that's number one, and I think that's a big one. So anything else we want to talk about? Can't talk. Anything else? I've had my hair cut, sapped all my strength. Is there anything else we want to talk about on that front, or the branding front?
No, I just think that just it just makes so much sense. It's so valuable. And what do we always do? I mean, I know if I'm new with something and I'm working with somebody who's had success with it, what am I telling people? Hey, you know, I'm this guy. No, I'm leveraging and piggybacking. Well, I work with Paul. Paul's been high, Paul's a six figure, been working online full time for 10, 15 years. He's a six figure earner online. I work directly with him. Now, that's one thing to say you work directly with him, right? It's another thing to say, hey, I work directly with him. And all of a sudden now they're seeing content videos where, maybe a video where the three of us are on together, and your interview, it's kind of that you're seeing pictures and all this with all of us together and in our marketing. So you're immediately going to be able to don't forget this term, piggyback marketing.
Piggyback
And maybe
marketing.
we'll do a training on that because there's a lot of ways you can go out and do piggyback marketing, sort of build your brand and build your audience. So no, that's all we got on that, Paul. I think it's super valuable,
Yeah.
and we're excited to do it with the 10 that jump on board with us with this.
So, so moving on from that, then a secret of ours, of certainly of mine, if you like. I know Eric is always looking at other markets of stuff to dissect it, right? If you want a result like somebody else has got, it's a good idea to watch what they do. And Eric will always be. He sent me one today, I think. Was it Frank Kern? You sent me today or somebody? Eric's always sending me stuff that he's found and vice versa. I like check out this YouTube video. This guy puts this over really well and stuff like that. So I was watching something, and I think Europe at 4, and I think it was probably about 2 a.m. my time. I was watching this video of this guy that I actually saw speak years ago, right? And since on, he's gone into the stratosphere, making millions and millions, right? Um, and one of the things he was talking about that is very common, and we fall foul of this sometimes, is like with this deal. Well, we'll do a 30-day campaign and we'll build a funnel for you, and we'll do this for you, and we'll make videos for you and stuff like that. We'll give you this training thing. You don't want training, right? Really, do you? Let's be honest. You don't really want, you might want videos done for you and you might want that sort of stuff done for you, but really what you really want is you want the transformation, right? And he said nobody gets on a plane for the fun of just getting on a plane and flying somewhere. Very few people, because it's expensive and there's hassle. People get on a plane, right, to do something because they want to get to a destination, right? They want to be somewhere, right? And funnily enough, in one of my NLP books I was reading, and they were talking about a goal. achieving your goals. And the guy, and I forget who it was, some famous philosopher or whatever, but he said basically, when you're going for a goal, it's not about whether you hit the goal or not. It's about becoming the person that can do that goal, right? So if you're going to be a six-figure earner, you might miss the first time, but along the way, guess what? Well, you definitely will have learnt stuff, experience if nothing else. And you become the person that the next time you go for the six figures a year, that makes it a lot easier to hit because you've got that experience, you know what you're doing, right? So, and I thought that was really, really good, and it got me thinking. So we want to talk to you now about the transformation we're going to take you on, the sort of marketer you're going to become, the sort of person you're going to become. So I actually did some work with ChatGPT. I fed it in some of the stuff that I've done before. I fed it some of my NLP stuff, right, that I know, and I asked it to do some research. So we'll just run through this list, but this is what we're trying to do for you. To be clear, we're not selling you a funnel builder or a training package or a support package. We're trying to help you turn from where you are now, right? And we know a lot of these, right? You know, we want to take you from saying I'm trying to make money online to I run an online business. There's a big difference, right? There's a big difference. Even if that, right, isn't necessarily profitable right away, right? There's a big difference between, yeah, I'm running a business, right? To, well, I'm trying to make this thing work online, right? So we want to give you that. You will be running an online business. You'll know that you've got a business. You know what you're doing. A lot of newbies and people that are still struggling, you think it's what you post, right? It's not necessarily what you post. A lot of it is about consistency. So we're going to get you posting daily. And I'm not going to read all of these, but let's just pick a couple. You know, unsure where to get traffic. You'll understand how me and Eric generate leads and what we do, right? And we can share some. So I actually got, I think I haven't counted exactly, but I think a rough count. I got about 20 leads last night. I'm going to share that with Eric and the team later on. No sales yet, but I got about 20 leads and it cost me, I think it was $14, right? Which isn't too bad. Right. So a lot of people as well, they're embarrassed. We want you to be confident in what you're doing. We'll help you do that, right? You always feel behind. You won't be when you just understand, guys. It's not hard, right? It's just that when there's no when somebody buys something and we make a $28 commission, it's not. How can we then spend like a few hours with somebody and try and explain it? And the other thing is, it's like I've asked this one guy. We offered to set people up in the recurring income element. I've been asking this one guy. I've asked him 3 times now for the stuff that's going to allow me to set him up, right? So even like we're going to do it for him, he's not giving me the stuff. I've been busy at work. I've been busy at work, right? Feels behind and he's stuck because he's not even being able to give me the stuff. We're going to make you feel capable and in control, right? And then don't know what to say. You'll always know what to say because we're going to give you it, right? But more importantly, we're going to teach you why it's there and why it works. So you can kind of get the gist of what I'm saying off this. I hope, we don't want you to feel like a beginner. We want you to feel like a marketer. And again, even if you're not necessarily profitable straight away, there's a huge, 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 huge difference between I am a marketer and I feel like a beginner. I don't know what I'm doing. There's a big difference between feeling stuck and actually just doing anything and getting in motion, like the last one down there. So that's what we're going to do for you with this. And we're not even going to charge you for it because you're going to buy the high ticket vehicle anyway, right? And we're going to do it as part of as our payment for that. We're going to do this. We shouldn't. It's like I said on a call the other day. You buy a car and you then don't say to the car dealership, right, I brought the car from you. Now you need to teach me how to drive, because it doesn't work that way. You don't expect it anywhere else in life. You don't buy an air fryer, right, from the electricity store, whatever, okay, and say to them, right, now I brought the air fryer from you and I've paid for the air fryer. Now you need to teach me how to cook. We don't expect it anywhere else in life, but I think a lot of people expect it online. Well, okay, we're going to do it. So you invest in yourself and you invest in the high ticket thing, and that high ticket, it's not high ticket. The 15 grand is high ticket, 10 grand is high ticket. This isn't even high ticket. This is mid ticket, right? But this is, I wanted to sort of draw your attention to this, and it was actually a job I used to have, and my area manager taught me this. So let's supposing you invest, and let's supposing you invest at $1,000 level, right? And we'll send you this page, by the way, if you're interested. There's no hype, there's no arm bending. Look, there's not even a join link on here. This is just for info, and we'll talk to you, right? But one of the things we can talk to you about is your best route in. We have even, you might not want to do this yet, but we could help you with your recurring income, right? So talk to us is all we're saying. You don't have to do anything. But he said, listen, if somebody invests at $1,000 level, for some people that is like a bit scary, right? And they're like, oh, $1,000, oh, I don't know. And there's a license fee of $300, so it's $1,300. And people are like, oh, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. So they carry on trying to figure it out on their own and get nowhere. They've got nobody that can just message, no support, and they try and they try and they try. Let's supposing they invest, and me and Eric are helping you. And let's supposing you just get $200 a month coming in, and you're like, $200 a month is not a lot, is it? But over a year, that's $2,400, right? You'd be over a grand in profit compared with still trying to figure it out all on your own and being stuck and being stuck and frustrated and stuff. Even if you only did that and you never got one of the high ticket sales, which well, we're not going to make guarantees, but we can talk probabilities, I guess. So even if that never happened, which is unlikely, looking at all our previous customers who got sales, right? Then do you see what I'm trying to put across, Eric? 1,000 seems scary to people, don't want to spend it, but they'll quite happily go on a year without getting any results. When even a small result over a course of 6 months, even is like you might as well have just spent the money anyway, put it on a card or whatever. And I'm not suggesting anybody get in debt to do it, but it's a good way. Rich people, Grant Cardone, he uses credit, right? Why? Because it spreads out the cost, it spreads out the risk, and if you've got the money coming in, it pays it. So that was my kind of little bit. Unless we want to talk about the time and desire graph. But I'll hand it over to you.
Well, I mean, listen, here in the States, right? You can't drive by a Chick-fil-A without it being busy. You can't. I mean, it's constantly. It doesn't matter what time of day. Their prices are kind of crazy, but if I want a chicken sandwich, I'm gonna go there because it's so good. But I'm paying, you know, $15 for a combo meal, which is insane.
Sorry, in
Um,
Vegas at the minute, it's like $18 for a pint of
you know,
Guinness now.
I just personally, I don't have, whatever it is. I don't know if it's a quarter million, half a million, whatever it is to set up my own Chick-fil-A franchise, right? And then figure out a way you know, to have enough capital to bring employees in and do all that, and then try to get that to where I'm even pulling back after all the overhead and expenses and everything, just trying to figure out a way to earn six figures a year. Obviously the goal is to in that franchise is to move up from that and that sort of thing, but there's a lot invested in it. So I always think about that when I think about any type of high ticket program, because for me, I've been there. I know what it's like to have to pull the trigger on a high ticket system. You know what I mean? It Now it's not really an issue, but then I understood. But once I did it and I realized, like, listen, people buy these systems just as much as they would buy a $25 system. Okay. And the only difference is a cost, but what I do daily never changed. So what I do daily is what we teach, right? Getting content out there, being consistent daily, right? And back then, it took a lot of time to do that. Now with AI, you can get it out consistently. It's all a numbers game, it's all eyeballs, it's all just being consistent. And so once you're in a system like this and you have that second engine, right? That high ticket engine, and you start to actually create a sell and you make a sell, nothing's ever the same after that. It's just this nothing's ever the same after that, because you realize that, you know, um, I'm a realtor and I was trying to sell this $200,000 home and it's been a complete nightmare. And then I just have someone call me up. They've already done the research and they're like, I understand you're the real estate agent on this, $2.5 million home. I'd like you to go ahead and write up the contract so I can come over and buy the house. Sight unseen, just from what they saw on the internet. They're in another country, they're moving here. You know what I mean? So I think, Paul, I think one of the reasons people get nervous or scared is they just don't think that, oh, nobody's going to jump into a higher they do all that. I'm telling you.
There's
You know,
124 names on here that joined us in this before.
and
And
the
it's
and the first 10 people get to co-brand with us. You get to, we're going to do videos with you. we're gonna build a campaign around that. You're gonna be able to leverage us and leverage our success. I mean, we've never done that before. I'm kind of excited about it, to be honest. Um, and so you get to co-brand, you have a lot of advantages, with getting partnered in with us. But that's all I got, Paul. I mean, I think that it's one thing that it's listen. Believe me, when I got my first, I think my first sell ever online wasn't a high ticket. I think I made I think it was like $9 I made, and you would have thought I won the lottery. I was so excited because I just never thought I I was actually could log onto my computer and make money like that. Um, but there's a big difference when you go out and I was in my first high ticket and within a month I had made close to $10,000 and which was way above what I was making at my full-time job in the same month. It's kind of mind-boggling. And so it's just wild to know that that's out there available and it works and it's happening to people all over the globe every single day that have that engine set up. So that's why we have these two engines, guys.
Yeah, well, we haven't
We
really
have
talked
we
about
have a
that. So to
go
close
ahead,
to
Paul.
close this out, we ought to talk about that because this is partly what makes this unique. So the other thing that I learned from watching that guy in video, he talks about time going up that side and desire. So what happens is you might start today and think, do you know what? I want to start an online business. So what are you going to do? You're going to go to Google, you're going to go to YouTube, you're going to maybe ask ChatGPT, you're going to look around like that, aren't you? You're not going to go to anybody and give any money, are you? Because you just like, well, I think I could do with earning some extra money. I need to make some extra money. I'm going to look around and see what's available and how to do it. So you go and you start on YouTube and Google for free. Now, over time, right, and time's different for everybody, your desire to get it sorted, right, is going to increase, right? And he makes the point that actually people will kind of go through the bit where they'll buy a course and they'll spend $50, $100, $200, something like that. Okay. And then they'll get to another level where it's just like, do you know what? I need results. Just pay to get it done. So with NLP, neuro linguistic programming, right? There's a lot of NLP practitioners. They charge about maybe $100, £100 an hour, right? If they're in corporate, it could be $300 an hour, right? It's just expected. But there are people that do NLP and do exactly the same stuff, right? But they only work with people up here, people that want stuff sorted, want stuff done. One of the guys that I learned NLP from, he charges $15,000 for the first session. And everyone after that is 10. The first one is 90 minutes, the ones after that are an hour, right? Now, partly people get cured fast because they know they're going to pay $10,000 for an hour of this guy's time, right? But I learned from him, guy. He's not doing anything different to me, right? He's just getting people at that point. And that's one of the things that I thought was absolute freaking genius because guess what? They're the people that buy the higher level thing, right? Now, where me and Eric have been clever, we're doing hybrid. We've combined two programs that are both 10 years old. They're both well established. This one in particular, I would say, gives the absolute. There is nothing that beats their support, guys. So if you're kind of more of that, I don't know, I'm not quite ahead as you, I need a lot of help. That's freaking perfect, and that is our recurring income. We've both increased our recurring income in the last 30 days. We've both really done really well with the recurring income element of it, but it's not as fast as getting a big hit of a $500, $1,000, $2,000 sale. So we talk about 3K a month a lot. You only need 24 customers in this to have a nice steady 3K a month rolling in. You only need 3 sales at the $1,000 level, or 2 sales if one of them does the 2K, or you could be ahead if you just get 2K sales a month. So you can actually kind of do like 2 or 3 sales a month there and make you 3K a month. But guess what? It's not steady. So this is steadier, but guess what? It's slower, might take time to get there, whatever, whatever, whatever. So we have the both combined now, and that's what you'll get. You're one of the 10. You can do both. That's only $35 a month to start, right? So we're going to figure if you're going to do 1,000 or 2,000. I mean, heck, I'll pay you first 35. I'll do that gladly. But there's that. You don't have to do it. But this, guys, is such a good system because we got 2 bites of the cherry. we got those people and we got those people, right? Double commissions, right? So I would like to get the 10 this weekend, and we don't pressure. It's not a pressure thing. but there's only 10. One's gone already. We've got, I think, three that are looking seriously to come and do it. And we're going to give you 30 days of our time, and we're going to keep going basically until you make a sale, right? We'll send you that page. We've got like one-on-one time included in, where you actually get like one of the weird things in a group training is, and has anybody else got any questions? No, no, okay, no. Are you sure? No, you absolutely sure? No more questions? And as soon as you end the call, I'll get two or three messages. Hey, Paul, can I ask about this? And it's like, I've just said, any more questions? I'm going out now. Or I'm going out to dinner. I just said, are there any more questions? Well, I didn't want to ask on the call because I didn't want to take it. You will get one-on-one time, okay, with me or Eric or both, depending on time zones and, etc. So you 9 spots left. I would love to get it done by Sunday night. It is now Thursday the 5th. So that's like 4 days.
Yeah, I'm going to be working. I'm going to be working on the campaigns starting tomorrow. Have our sort of base campaign ready, and then next week we'll start incorporating our partners, the 10 partners, incorporating them into the mix and co-branding everything and starting to put all that together. I'm just framing that all out in my mind right now, guys. I got a bunch of great ideas, for us to co-brand, and also within that co-branding, we want to tell your story and build your brand along with telling our story. So it's not all about just, oh, look what Eric and Paul did with this. It's about me also injecting you in the mix and injecting your story into the mix, and using that campaign to also build you up, build your authority, and to help you build your brand. I mean, there's so many cool things with that co-branding thing that we're doing, and we've never done. This is why I'm so excited, because we've never done it before. Like this, we've never done it before. We've worked with other big marketers and done some co-branding stuff, but we've never just with our regular partners. We're always just trying to teach you and show you what we're doing and help you do this. But we've never really put together like individual co-branding campaigns for one person, and we're doing it for 10 people. So I'm just super pumped about that,
Well,
Paul, to be
it
honest.
give you a confidence. It will give you that confidence to know that kind of you got us on, with you, standing side by side. And I guess the last thing we should say is, listen, if you're watching this and you're going, it sounds great, I just can't invest that money at the minute. Don't forget, we've got this recurring income level. I'll set everything up for you. So it's like, I'll do it as a freebie. We've created pages, we've created a lead magnet, and even better, if you can't invest in the higher level, now we're not going to be able to do the co-branding and give you the hours and hours of time and everything. But um, we will let you promote our higher ticket link and give you a cut of any sales still. So we can't be fairer than that, right? Because I know in the past I haven't had money. I've seen a great opportunity to have, if only I had, if only I had the money to do that. I know it's going to be great, right? So as long as you can afford the $35 to join that business, we'll even give you our link with a special tracking link so you can promote the higher link still. And we're not going to give you all the money because that would be crazy, but we'll give you a cut and then you can use that, to put towards getting in yourself and getting the full commission. So I think between what we're doing, Eric, we've got everything covered now. From anybody who wants to make money online, that $35 thing to start, that can help promote any business online. You could sell candles online or calculators online, or you could be an online marketer, a network marketer. So I think we've got everything covered and we are in a strong, strong, strong position. So let's see what we can do to help. Reach out to us and have a chat. It's no obligation. It's zero obligation, right? You might tell us to get lost or F off. That's fine. We don't care. We can take it, right? But have a chat.
Bye, guys.
I
Yeah.
don't normally say stuff like that, but I've had my hair cut, so must be. All right, guys. See you soon. Reach out.
Take care, guys.